Most people quit crypto not because they're wrong in their picks or because they choose the wrong projects. I think most people in crypto are likely going to quit because they're exhausted, because it's a mental game. In the next few minutes, I'm going to share my story and just explain why I think that people quit, because they're either exhausted, they get bored, or they don't reach their expectations, right? And I think that when I got into crypto a few years ago, the first time, and this happened a few times, the first time I got into crypto, it was one of the first cycles, and I bought XRP when it first was up and coming, and I bought also Bitcoin. Like many of you, likely, I bought at the top, and a few days later, I saw the price declining, and I decided to quit. I just threw away, the seed phrase. I didn't know how to even cash it out. I didn't know what to do, and I just quit. So I left crypto for a few years, and then I came back and I had a similar experience. And even just a couple of years ago, I had a very similar experience in which, and I think I've mentioned this in a previous video for you guys, where I got rugged, right? And I really wanted to quit. I wanted to just throw away my wallet, throw away the keys to, everything I had, and really just, cash the few little bit of money that I had left and leave crypto. And I think for the most part, it was because, in this case, not because I was bored, not because of anything else, or I chose wrong projects. I'd chosen XRP and I had bad Bitcoin. I also had other projects like SHIB and projects like that. But really, there was a couple of things that happened. The first one, I was exhausted because I just didn't know how to work through, the issues that crypto brings towards you when you're a crypto investor. And also because I didn't meet my expectations, right? My expectations were that I was going to make a lot of money very quick, like many people do. So there's 3 stages that I think are very difficult to go through when it comes to crypto. It's a very mental game, and I think you guys understand that at this point. I've mentioned it in videos before, but if you've been in crypto for at least maybe 1 or 2 months or even a little bit longer, you know that there's a lot of ups and downs, that there's a lot of challenges that are presented to you when you're a crypto investor. But I think probably the first reason why people quit is because they're exhausted. It's just crypto is such a ruthless game, and I'm going to say game because it is a game, right? Crypto is ruthless. Crypto, the market doesn't care about you. The market does not care if things go up and down quickly. It doesn't care if you lose money. The market doesn't really know you exist, and that's really hard for some people to go through. That's really hard for some people to handle, right? We're used to people caring for us. We're used to people strengthening relationships with us and so on and so forth. But for the most part, crypto doesn't give a damn about you. And that's very difficult. And that's very difficult to manage for some people. And for me, at some point, in the last few years, it was difficult to handle as well. So I've had to work through that. So that's the first reason. I think people quit because they're exhausted, because crypto is ruthless. Now, the other reason why people might quit crypto, and I think this is one that I've also experienced, is because you might get bored, right? Once you understand that crypto has ups and downs, once you understand that even the huge dips or huge sell-offs are part of the game, I think you start, just desensitizing to the big ups and the big downs. And because you understand that it's a long game, then you start getting bored, right? You start realizing that things are not going to happen that fast, that things are going to take time to develop, that those gains are going to just come after being consistent, after showing up, after being there for a long periods of times, because crypto is a long game. Can you make a lot of money quick in some instances? Yes. Is it very likely that you do that every day? Probably not, right? And I think we're just so used to instant gratification these days. We go on an app like Amazon, we order something, it gets there the next day or the following day. We get things delivered to us, and we get things that we want so quickly. But when it comes to crypto, that's not how it works. And so when the market is moving sideways, when the market is going maybe not up and maybe not down, it's just, stagnant, people tend to get bored. And with boredom come decisions that might not be the right ones, right? You might leave a project right before it starts heading upwards in terms of price. Or you might just leave crypto altogether, or you might get distracted and lose a trade. And boredom is another reason why I truly believe that people will either quit crypto or might even just lose out on bigger gains in crypto. So far I've talked about a couple of ways that people quit crypto. And the first one, like I said, was people are exhausted just because of the ruthlessness of the whole market. The second reason that I talked to you about was the fact that crypto might get boring, right? And some people just are not able to handle that boredom, or not able to handle the fact that sometimes there's nothing happening in crypto and you just have to show up, you just have to grind, you just have to work through it. Those are the two ones. I think the last one is likely one of the biggest reasons why people will leave crypto. And this one is one that hits hard for me because I've felt it many ways, is that we all set very high expectations for what we want to accomplish in crypto. Now, some of it has to do with the whole culture around crypto and the environment. I think also in stocks and investing in general. I think that it comes from being a little bit naive when it comes to being in crypto and just thinking that you're going to make huge gains very, very fast and drive a Lamborghini and have a yacht and all these things that are, possible. But a lot of these people that have done that have accomplished having all these possessions, have probably worked really hard to make it happen. Like I said, there's always the exception. Might there be someone that, just hit the lottery and made it happen really quick? And by hitting the lottery, I mean, buying the project that just went incredibly high very, very quick. It can happen, guys. That's possible. But the likelihood of that happening to most of us, that's not it. And so many people will likely quit because they had expectations that were just too high. Right? Again, instant gratification. We want things fast and we want things big, right? We want to make those big gains as quickly as possible. And it's not likely going to happen for most of us. So just think about these things. Think about how, you set expectations, you don't meet them, you get disappointed, and that makes you want to quit. Sometimes quitting might be the right reason, the right, move, right? But I think for the most part, you just have to understand that to meet expectations, there's going to be time, there's going to be work that needs to be put in, there's going to be a lot of things that need to happen and to fall into place for you to be able to realize and to make sure that you reach your expectations, right? All I can say is, number one, set expectations that are realistic, set expectations that are well within your reach. If you have $100, $200, it's not likely that you're going to make $1 million. Let's just be real, right? And once you start understanding that, once you start realizing that, I think crypto becomes easier, and the mental aspect, the mental game about it starts making a lot more sense, and it gets a little bit better. So just to recap, guys, real quick, like the 3 reasons why I think people quit crypto very easily or faster than they should. The first one is exhaustion, right? People are exhausted because of the market, how ruthless it is. Just touch grass, do things that are not crypto, stay away from the charts every once in a while, enjoy life, and be patient. The second one is boredom. Just know that you need the mental fortitude to be there every day and keep doing what you're doing, because if you're consistent, if you're disciplined specifically, you're going to do very well. And finally, the last one is setting realistic expectations. That's definitely going to help you just keep that even keel, keep that peace of mind, and know that your hard work, your dedication, your discipline, and your mental fortitude and mental strength are going to keep you in the market and more than likely make you some money. All right, guys, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this conversation. If you feel like it, like, subscribe. I really appreciate you guys, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Beto on